Yes, great victory tonight with from the Reds beating Brighton 3-0. Can only stop pull off the impossible. We're gonna get into it and we're gonna talk about it. Okay, so yeah, this is Uncle Ross TV. We're gonna get in and we're gonna talk about it.
Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Like and subscribe and hit the comment section. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Like and subscribe and hit the comment section. Uncle Ross is real, no frotting round here. Like and subscribe, hit the notification. Uncle Ross is real, no frotting round here. Stay connected and hit the notification. Uncle Ross is in his Liverpool t-shirt, ready for questions and your opinions. Just another stream. Uncle Ross is in his Liverpool t-shirt, ready for questions and your opinions. Just another stream. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Like and subscribe and hit the comment section. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Uncle Ross TV. Like and subscribe and hit the comment.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Back for another match reaction with my learned friend, partner in crime, whatever you want to say, my brother, whatever you want to say. He's here, Copfather. How are you, sir?
How's it going, guys? All right, Rods, how you feeling after that performance then?
I'm baffled, mate.
I'm baffled. Absolutely
No,
baffled.
seriously, we was talking backstage, and we literally said we're confused. We're just confused.
We're confused.
How can they play like this tonight? Because let's not tell on lies, right? They outclassed Brighton tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Liverpool Football Club outclassed Brighton tonight. They ran rings round them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. The best goal of the night was a Szoboszlai goal.
Oh, that was just
Start to finish. Do you know what I mean?
And even Gakpo was involved in the goal, which is mad.
The way that Gakpo switched that ball to the right, one touch put into sort of like Szoboszlai's path, Szoboszlai running onto it, hits it first time, back in the net. Best goal of the night. Do you know what I mean? I reckon they've got to have been practicing that move on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? They've got to.
They got to have been.
Got to have been still. So that was best goal of the night. But my argument is, and this is our argument, and obviously we get to the chat as well. Why can't they play like that all the time?
That's what annoys me. I'm more annoyed with this performance than anything else. Don't get me wrong. I like the fact that we just beaten Brighton 3-0, and I should be happy, but I'm not, because this is the type of performance I expected to see in the league, and I've not seen it. I have not seen this type of performance in the league. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Brighton are Premier League teams, and we have just defeated the Premier League side with ease. With ease. Let's not even kid ourselves, right? They may have had a few chances, let's call them, but there was no dominance from Brighton in that game. They couldn't get a foot in that game. Liverpool were using those long balls like those long balls are going out of fashion. Liverpool normally do those long balls to the middle of the park, but this time they were throwing them down to the wings where they should be putting long balls in the first place. And Salah's catching it on his foot every single time. And the one time he caught it on his foot and passed it ever so slightly in front of Szoboszlai, one hit, bang. Where's that in the Premier League though? Because if you'd had those types of performances in the Premier League, we could have turned those draws to wins. We could have beat Leeds. We could have beat Bournemouth. We could have beaten all these sides that are taking points off us, and we'd be at the top of the league, ready for number 21.
What you got to look at. This is right. This is the importance. Yeah. Let me just read this comment out. So yeah, big up Hines the second. He said big up gents, big up Bowl,
Big up
and
Bowl.
he says big up guys, and also Bowl says to see people being slotted in after this win, honestly embarrassing. Yeah, I hear you.
Conversation here. None of us are going to be slot in, but this is worrying because if he brings this type of performance into just the Champions League and the FA Cup, it's very possible he could do a cup double. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not kid ourselves now. It is possible because this Liverpool side is good enough to beat anyone, and I've said that before.
In one-off games, yeah,
One-off games to beat anyone.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You know, the thing is why Szoboszlai looks so good tonight, and this is the importance of what I've been saying in the sort of like with Szoboszlai. The importance is having him in the midfield. Remember, Curtis Jones was right back. Yeah. Now Curtis Jones is more used to playing right back because he played right back in the academy. So I'm being told he played midfield.
He was playing right back.
So you know, he's more used to that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So played right back tonight. Szoboszlai was allowed to go back into midfield. Now you see how important it is to have Szoboszlai in midfield. It is really important because what is when Szoboszlai plays right back, you lose something very important from the midfield. Do you know what I mean? You see how fluid that midfield was tonight. Do you see it?
Yes, I did.
Do you know what I mean? It was just like
it was McAllister, it was Szoboszlai, and it was Wirtz. There was no Gravenberch.
He got rest. He got rest. That's what I'm trying to say. So really and truly, it can be done. Bowl says, I can't be happy. What is wrong? This manager has ruined me. For fuck's sake.
That's what I'm up to. I can't be happy with this result. I can't be happy with it because it means this manager has once again proven if he stops being stubborn and lets players play in their natural positions, or even players that are playing a versatile position, they can produce a good result like this. It's annoying.
Very annoying. Do you know what I mean? Very annoying. I just can't understand it. I can't understand why.
I don't get it. I do not get it. And Chiesa had 90-something minutes. 90-something. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, guys. Chiesa was on the pitch from the kickoff to the end of the game. He didn't come off. Chiesa never came off. He was there from the beginning of the game to the end.
You know, that's right. You know, that is actually true. That is actually true. I listen. I do not get it.
They used to say they said to us that the reason why Chiesa doesn't play is because he's not got the fitness level and because he gets injured. Well, correct if I'm wrong. He's just played a 90-something minute game.
Yeah.
And he didn't get substituted. I didn't look out of breath like Ekatike. So you know, which is it?
That's what I'm trying to say. It blows that theory out the window, doesn't it? Doesn't it blow that theory out the window?
It does, and that makes him look even more dumb than he already looks now.
So start playing Chiesa. Start playing him.
Basically, if you can play for a 90-something minute game, then there's no reason why you can't play him in the Premier League because he's just played the Premier League side.
Yeah.
You've just lost all your excuses in that one match. Well done.
Exactly. You got no more excuses now with when it comes to Gapper. Read this one out for us, bro.
I used to jumping up and down after this kind of win under Klopp. That's the point in it, because we knew under Klopp that we were going to go on and do something special.
Yeah.
This guy, we just don't know, and that's what's annoying. Even with a victory like this, we're like, well, what about the next game? How are you going to play in the next game? Because if Klopp was to win a game like this, we'd be going into our next game thinking 3 points because we'd be on a confident thing. But this one, we're just like, we don't know, and that's what's so annoying. Big up Ravi. We all know playing players properly actually works well. We do. The fans know that. But this guy refuses to play them in their rightful positions. Slot still needs to bounce. 100% agree. But there is an argument if he does a cup double for him to stay. I don't like
there is
it.
an
I
argument.
don't like saying it.
Even if he does the Champions League, even if the Champions League is an argument to stay. I'm sorry.
I'm
Do you know
sorry,
what I mean?
guys. I don't want him to stay. Don't get me wrong. I don't want him to stay because I've seen enough. But if he picks up a Champions League, that's Champions League money, and he picks up an FA Cup, the owners can then turn around and just go, that's 2 majors in 2 years and an FA Cup. They're not going to sack him because if that was the case, they could justify sacking Klopp for doing the exact same thing. Got to be careful what you wish for. Slot still needs to bounce. Slot has to bounce. And I agree with you. Rio looking sharper than Man U players in a sharp United kit. I remember that kit. You remember that kit, Rods? It had sharp going across the
Oh yeah. I remember
That's what
that.
you're talking about, yeah. Slot with a fantastic present today to Gakpo. Happy Valentine's, he said after the game.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Oh, God. That's brilliant. Rio goal was onside. We all know that, but there was no apparently there was no VAR, or they were that poor they didn't see it. They must have seen something we didn't because that was onside. You can tell by the line on the pitch as well that it was onside. Slot has ruined my mood to the club. You with me? 100%. We're with you. We're just as annoyed and confused. It's like, well, where the hell has this kind of performance been? This is arguably our best performance of the season.
Facts.
Where's this performance come from, and where the hell has it been?
Rio's goal was onside. Yes, it was. It was onside.
See that?
It was, mate, and I feel sorry for him getting that goal taken away. It was a good goal as well.
That was amazing goal. Right in the corner.
Bowl says Slot has ruined my mood to the club. You with me?
Yeah, man.
I'm with you. But like I cannot at the end of the season, if he does win the Champions League, I cannot be a hypocrite. And I'll leave it right there for the time being. I'm still Slot out, guys. He's just can't use common sense that's come from
We're
him.
not Slot in. We're just saying it's now become a conversation when he plays like that.
Yeah. Question thoughts on the link up with the players from the keeper to the strikers.
Where the hell have you been all season? Where have you been?
Stop it.
Why is it that you can play like this against Brighton in the FA Cup, but you can't play like this against Brighton in the league?
Yeah.
It's the same flipping team. That's what I don't get. We've just played the exact same Brighton team we've already played this season and absolutely dominated them. But correct me if I'm wrong, we didn't exactly dominate them in the league, did we? Unbelievable. You just don't know what's coming with this team, and that's what's getting annoying.
Ria needs at least 20 to 30 minutes per game regularly now. Yes, I agree with that.
100% agree.
I agree with that, Heinz. I agree with that. Luke says, big up, Luke. Says for VAR for this around the cup. I think he wants one round. Ravi says that. Salah, I'm not sure if he should be playing a full 90 at the moment, if that makes sense. Well, he didn't play a full 90 today. He didn't play a full 90.
Didn't play a full 90.
Surprisingly. Yeah, Bowles said, but Brighton played through our midfield in the first half like it was a Bonnie Blue special.
Exactly. I'm glad you brought that up, Bol. But what happened in the second half?
Yeah, exactly.
They closed up. They closed up shop. That's what he was doing last season. That's why he was so successful last season. Because whatever he's doing in the first bloody half, he switched it and made it stronger in the second. We were second half FC last year.
Yeah. So, got my poll up. LFC fans, who was your man of the match in tonight's game. So at the moment, Sabozlai's heading the votes with 67%. Salah is on 33%. Karate's on 0%. And Jones is on 0% as well. So
it's between Verts and Sabozlai.
No, Sabozlai and Salah.
Sabozlai and Salah, okay.
Yeah.
Salah got an assist and he got a goal. That kind of edges it a little bit. But if you're going for overall player, I'd probably give it to Sabozlai.
Yeah. Right. Well, let's obviously said this that voting goes. Right. I'm gonna play the press conference. Josh is in the house as well. Big up Josh.
Big up Josh. I sent you a like and put a comment on your post, my mate.
Uncle Ross TV. Oh shit! I was hitting the wrong one, you know. Get out of it. Let's just do it again. Share. Is it this one?
Good question. Why is Kirkez not on that man of the match list?
Oh, true. Yeah.
He got an assist and he's playing really well.
Yeah. My bad, guys. My bad. I went for the ones that's kind of right. Yeah, my bad. That's my mistake. Sorry.
It's cool. It's just that he asked the question.
Nah, it's my bad still. Right.
I appreciate the welcome to the Mr. Joshy Army at Cop 5 at any time, my friend. Anytime I see you go live, I'll like and comment.
Yeah. Yeah, because he says like big up Uncle Roz and Cop Father. Big up Joshy, man. Big up. That's it. I'll have to take in your content, look at your content and stuff tomorrow. You know what I mean? I definitely have to do that. Right, let's get the press conference going off.
All right.
Dominic's obviously one of the best players in the world right now. Just wondering what your reaction is to that. Do you agree with him?
I think there are a lot of very good to elite football players in the world. But I definitely agree with Mo that Dominic is one of them. Yeah.
And you said last year that to play midfield for Liverpool, you've got to score goals. Dominic's scoring more than last season, and is that a way that his game's progressed? And is that something to recognise?
Yeah. When I said that, I maybe had to add, and you need to be able to run a lot if you play in the midfield of Liverpool. But I think what I meant was, as a number 10, you also need to produce goals. Now, he hasn't always played in the 10 position, but he is producing more and more goals. I think Dominic is a great example of the model we are using here at this club, and we sign young players from another league. In this situation, that was Leipzig, where he was already known for being a player that was really physical. But I think it's fair for me to say that the player that we brought in was already good, but where he is now, he's much, or at least better. I think much better than where he was 2.5 years ago. And that is what you get if you sign young players and you give them a bit of time and you let them play a lot. And that's why I also think that that trajectory he's been through is the same trajectory we can expect from other young players we are having that we've signed from other leagues. You can already see their progress. But I've said many times that next season or at the end of the season or in 2 seasons, players like Hugo and Florian, because these are the 2 that come from the Bundesliga, will even be better next year than they are already now, because they're all already very good players for us.
Lex Luffy, you know.
No, it's very nice to have him on the score sheet again and him having an assist. But I think what I like the most at the moment, that he's scoring goals, is something you can almost expect. But he also helps the team a lot defensively, and and that is something very positive. What the team also needs, and I think more and more players are now capable of playing at this intensity level every 3 days, and that is where we struggled a lot in the beginning of the season, where it was sometimes hard for us to bring the intensity level once a week, let alone every 3 days. But now we're able to do so. We see more and more the quality we are having, and yeah, that's why I've said so many times already that the future looks really bright for this club with these players. And I think the recent 7, 8, 9, 10 games are showing that as well. Very well. Curtis is a very good player. I've said this many times also to him, and he agrees with me, by the way. But unfortunately for him, he's playing in a line where I have many good players and also available. So if he would be playing in another position, he would have played much more. But that's the only line where we haven't had our problems this season. And then you sometimes need him or other players in different positions. And so many times they've done well. Dominic has played so many different positions. Ryan played centre back. And now tonight, Curtis had to play as a fullback. And he did really well. It was very pleasing to see that the first goal was an assist of the left fullback to the right fullback. That probably tells you a lot about the intentions these players have when they step on pitch.
And just probably on the more, obviously having this lack of frustrating him because he's not be as always got out there.
Yeah, that's the only thing that was not different compared to all the other games we played. That there was a referee decision that was not in our favor. So that has been multiple times the situation this season. But I also said many times when I sat here or at the AXA that we need to make sure that if decisions go against you, that you're still able to win. We have to become that good that we don't rely on the fact that against City there was not a red card on Gueye or all the other decisions that are made this season that didn't went in our favor. And tonight, again, there was a decision that didn't went in our favor, which should have been different because he was on side, as you said. But we were still able to win 3-0. So now no one talks about it, although I don't follow everything, but I don't think there's been a lot spoken about how many times we've been disadvantaged by referee decision this season. But unfortunately for him, because it would have been a nice moment for him to score a goal and for Cody to have an assist, because I think Cody played a very good game tonight.
Just off that, how do you feel
In general, I enjoy watching football without VAR because if you then score, you're like, it's a goal. So that was the same with the 1-0. I looked at the linesman and he didn't raise his flag. So I was like, that's nice. But then a few seconds later, he did raise his flag, which was correct because he was offside. And they also explained to me that he wanted to know who scored. The moment he heard it was Cody, he said, but then he's offside. So fair and good decision. I like VAR only for the clear and obvious things. And I'm not meaning red card, yes or no, for Gueye and Mo Salah, because I thought it was 100-0, but I heard people saying that they could live with that decision. So even that decision was not 100-0, 80-20. So let's stay away from that. Only go to offside, yes or no, ball over the line, yes or no. And that for the rest, the referee the game. Yeah, that's my opinion. That's not going to happen, but that's the way I would like the VAR to be. But yeah, I think we're now so used to VAR that I would prefer to have VAR during a game, to be honest.
Don, actually, do you see all the attributes there for a future leader?
Yes, but he's still young, and I think he has a lot of attributes already, especially if it comes to leading by example. But there's still a step to make in terms of leadership, being vocal, being a voice in the dressing room. If I compare him to Virgil, which is completely normal because Virgil is 34, and has seen probably James Milner, Henderson, and these players. So it's really good for Dominic that he sees Virgil as well, and that would be a next step for him to be as vocal and as loud as Virgil is. But that comes with time, I think. But for all the other things, he has a lot to become a very influential player for Liverpool, and you could call that a leader.
Finally, a lot of injuries are very unfortunate. I understand these things. But how long can he come back in this season? Is there any chance?
There is definitely a chance, but he will be out for a while. But we cannot say exactly how long yet. That is sometimes that's different with every injury. Sometimes you can make that diagnosis straight away. Sometimes you need a few more days to see how things develop, and that last thing is with Wata. But he will not be in the squad next week, and he will not be in the squad next month. But we are hoping that towards the end of the season he has a chance to be there with us again. But that also depends on the upcoming days where that will lead to.
Broken?
We don't know yet. It's the first lie I've made over here.
I finished. Mess. Who was he talking about there?
Hey,
Who was he talking about?
on that last one,
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't catch it. I can't believe I'm going to agree with most of the things he's just said in that press conference.
Yeah, I was going to ask you his thoughts. Do you know what I mean?
I can't believe I'm going to agree with everything he's just said. What is going on? Why is he suddenly acting like a manager now and actually talking about his team and not everyone else? What? Are we going into the Twilight Zone here? We're back in the X-Files here. What's going on?
Twiglet Zone.
What is actually going on? Why am I nodding my head to this clown?
Well, stranger things happen.
Oh man.
Let's get into the comment section.
I think I'm going to need a cold shower after this.
Stop that. And we can get back to that. Stop that. I said cold shower there.
Yeah, I feel awful now. We have to... They may have played through our midfield in the first half, but they didn't play through our midfield in the second half, and that was what he was famous. That's what he did last season, is change up in the second half. Second half FC. You want Liverpool to play in the next round of the FA Cup? Who do you want?
Who do I want the next round? I want something easy.
Someone easy. Okay.
Yeah, I want something easy because we've had hard teams so far. Do you know what I mean?
What about that Mansfield Town you just went through? What about them?
I wouldn't mind them. Mansfield Town. All home ties though.
Yeah.
Because we're working a phenomenal at home. So yeah, Mansfield Town.
Anyone outside the Premier League would be nice.
Yeah, because there's not much at Norwich. Yeah.
Norwich, I'll take Norwich all day long.
Yeah, so something easy like that.
I don't want West Ham because that's a Premier League side.
We do something else.
Balls just wants to get him sacked.
Read the process, right?
Give us City away. Slot deserves a big spanking. He may have gotten one today from Gakpo, to be fair.
Oh, that's wrong. That's so wrong.
Oh, that's hilarious. Big up at Uncle Rod's and at Godfather. Big up Mr. Joshy.
Big up.
Why is Kirkhouse not on the man of the match list? I don't know.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that.
I appreciate that. Welcome to the Mr. Joshy Army at Godfather. Anytime, my friend. Anytime you go live, I will always put a comment and a like. Love the channel. Thank you, Bol. We appreciate that. As soon as we went 3-0 up, it became a great opportunity to give Rio and Trey Neoni more minutes. Now, isn't that what a manager does? And this is what I'm saying. Have we gone into the Twilight Zone here? What's going on? He's acting like a manager. I'm agreeing with him in the press conference, and he looks like he might go on and win a trophy. Where am I? Who am I? What's going on? Where's all this come from?
That's it.
We're seeing more passion from Arne Slot on the touchline now. Oh, what is he doing? He's turning into Arnie Slot. Arnie Klopp over there all of a sudden. Lex Luthor. Good opinion there, Robs. Man like Dutch Luthor. I thought Jones did well, and this is why Jones needs to start more, because he adds that directness that lets Mac 10 do what he does. Well, you might be right, and he might just decide to play him as a right back and put Szoboszlai back in the midfield. You never know. Stranger things have happened.
Hopefully.
I mean, with Salah, if he's not effective, should be hooked, because a full 90 in general ain't going to help him at his age. We know that. It's clear he's lost a yard of pace, though, because that defender managed to catch him up. No defender usually catches Salah up, but that defender caught him tonight. That shows me everything I need to know, that his legs are not there anymore. Luke says West Ham or Southampton.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, Southampton, that'd be good.
Southampton, good shot. I go Southampton, definitely.
Oh, Ipswich, because Ipswich won, didn't they?
Yeah, Ipswich as well. Anyone outside the Premier League, so don't want to face any more Premier League sides, because we always do that.
So what we got, LSC fans, who was your man of the match in tonight's game? Jones has got zero votes, which I thought a bit harsh, because he did play well tonight. Szoboszlai has got 75 votes. And then you got Salah with 25% of votes. And then you got like Konate with no percentage of votes. We'll keep that going. Keep that going.
Salah and Szoboszlai, looks like it's a close call between the two.
Yeah, it looks like they're running the race, really. Do you know what I mean?
I'd give it to Salah, because for one, Salah's older. He's having to run more because he's older. He's having to put more energy in, again, because he's older. And he still managed to actually set up Szoboszlai and score his own penalty. Good night's work for him.
Yeah, but it depends what the actual people say in the chat, innit? Really.
Oh yeah, 100%. I could just give my opinion on it. I give it Salah, because we've been going on about Salah not scoring goals and not assisting. Well, he's just done 2 in 1 game, which again is telling me, are we in the twilight zone and what is going on? Because this is not the Liverpool I know recently. This is not them. This is Liverpool from last season again. What's going on? It is Liverpool from last season.
It is so bad. But that assist that he gave, he gave Salah. That assist that he gave Salah. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, it was that is the assist of the season
by far, 100%. There's none closer, because think how much power Gakpo had to put on that ball to get it out from there down to Salah's foot. And Salah has taken so much off of that, it just rolled forward enough so the goalkeeper didn't have a chance to come out to it. That takes some doing, because people are thinking, Salah has to get that right. He has to get that right, and he did. It was absolutely amazing. What an assist that was. Because if he gets it too hard, it goes straight to the keeper. If he hits it too soft, the defender can get onto it. It just got it pitch perfect. Yeah,
you've got to get when you do passes like that, you have to get it just right.
And he did.
You know what I mean? Just right. You have to get the balance just right. Okay.
When you look at it, though, how simple does it look when you're looking at it? But we played football and we know it's not.
Yeah. I will watch that match again just for that.
What an assist that was, man. Honestly. Whew.
Quality.
I said Mamadas wasn't playing, though, didn't I? I said he'd go strong.
Yeah. Right. So, Alisson Becker, what you giving Becker?
I mean, he saved everything that was thrown at him. I'll give the guy an 8. He was incredible. He saved everything. Everything that got through to him, he saved everything. There was even one of the players managed to dance through our defence, and he hit the ball, and he even saved that. Because he was immense tonight. 8 I'd give him.
I'm giving him 9.
I'm not going to argue with you over 9.
Yeah. Remember that save he done? When they got for that set piece? Yeah. And that guy headed it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, if he didn't get hold of that, all that guy has to do is just tap it in with his head.
Exactly.
But he put his arm out and knocked it away. That was a wicked save.
He did so well tonight. I'll give him a 9. Does the
Yeah.
chat agree, or are they not? They're not commenting tonight.
Yeah.
Kirk has
What you
mania
got?
is wild.
Kirkus Mania is running.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Gonna rip off his coat.
What are you guys saying, man? What are you guys saying on Allison? Put in your ratings for Allison. Right. Let's carry on.
What you're gonna do when Kirk Tasmania runs wild on you? Curtis Jones.
Jones was good tonight.
He played really good tonight. I'll give him an 8.
Yep. I can go along with that.
Because he is actually a right back. This is the point now, and people need to understand he is actually a right back, because I used to watch him in the youth, and he was the right back. So yeah. Canate, another flawless performance from him again.
Yep, he gets another 8.
He's just going from strength to strength.
Yeah. Actually, he gets an 8.5. He's 8.5.
Whatever dark cloud he was under doing all those moments, he has surpassed himself now. And he's
But
back.
you know something? Everybody at the end of the day, every player at the end of the day has a dip in form.
Yeah.
And maybe that was his dip in form. Do you know what I mean? So he's the biggest threat to football. Virgil.
I mean, nothing really came down his side, did it?
No, not really, no.
So we'll have to give him an 8, because nothing came down his side, and he did his job. 8, same as Canate, another 8, 8.5, whatever you want to give him.
I'll give him an 8.
Kirkus, man. What can we say about Kirkus? He's absolutely amazing.
You see that shot he had?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh,
And he pulled it back, and the two players slid across, and he just pulled it.
Bang up that! You know, if that went in, mate, oh my God, that's goal of the season, man. That is goal of the season. You know what I mean?
Did you see the way the two players came sliding across? He took 2 players out with one move.
Yeah.
He gets a 9 for that alone. That was amazing. For the left back, doing that kind of turn and making 2 players slide across him, give him a 9.
Yeah, he's got to be done. He did play very well. He's starting to play now. He's starting to play, and he's starting to be. Yeah, he's starting to relax. Yeah, he's starting to be the player that we bought. Do you know what I mean? What's it called?
McAllister, that one.
Yeah, McAllister was there, wasn't he? Maka. What are you saying for Maka?
I mean, he was really good. He managed to close down that midfield, because Szoboszlai was running all over the pitch and Wirtz was running all over the pitch. So McAllister was the one in the middle doing all the work. I give Mac an 8. He was incredible tonight. He kept in the second half especially. McAllister was stopping them in midfield. That's why he had to do long balls over the top.
So we're giving him
8. I thought he was fantastic tonight.
Cool.
People might disagree with me, but from what I saw of the game, in the second half especially, he was locking down that midfield practically by himself, because Szoboszlai was like a blue-ass fly here, there, and everywhere.
True. Hold on, let's get rid of this thing here. Let's get this live right. Yeah. Sure, Sobo. I'm gonna leave it for a bit. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it for a bit, because obviously we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, we've got to see what they said. But you've got to give him a goal. You've got to give him a goal.
Oh yeah, because he scored a goal, and I do believe Jones scored a goal as well, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
He scored the first one.
Jones got a goal. Szoboszlai got a goal. That's McAllister.
Oh shit. Oh, there you go. There's 2 goals so far. Salah, again, I'm going to leave that for a bit, because the votes are not finished yet.
Yep, Salah another one. Yep, everyone can put their votes in for this one. He scored a goal. Yeah. And Wirtz, Wirtz was Wirtz. Let's be honest.
It's a bit quiet. He was a bit quiet tonight, though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was a bit
that's
quiet.
what I mean. Wirtz was Wirtz. When he got the ball, he was looking around for someone to pass to, and half the time there was no one there because, like again, Sabozzo was running around like a blue-ass fly. He was everywhere.
I'll give him 7.5.
Yeah, I'm giving him 7.5 as well. I think that's fair. Again, Verts was just Verts.
What did you think of Gapper tonight?
You know what? I thought he played really well. Actually.
Was he? Yeah. I thought he did play well. He's one to set up that amazing goal, didn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
He was doing his bit. So I'm going to give him an 8.
I'll give him an 8. You see, everyone, we're fair. We're fair when they do well. We'll give them good ratings when they do well.
Yeah.
Recently, Gakpo hasn't been producing anything, so you know.
Chiesa was on 9, isn't it? He was on 9.
Yeah, I can't even believe we're actually rating Chiesa because he's there for the 90 minutes, and they told us he can't do 90 minutes, and we've seen it twice this season. One in the Carabao and one in the FA Cup. But yet they try and tell us he can't do it for the 90 minutes. What do you mean we can't do it for 90 minutes? You've just shown us twice.
I'm giving Chiesa a 7.
Yeah, I give him a 7.
Yeah, and that's the ratings really, because we
can't do anything with Sabozzo and Salah at the moment.
No, the thing is about it is that people like Ekatike and all them ones, they're coming a bit late still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when Ekatike came, but I didn't really do much.
The only thing is I felt sorry for Ria Engamari because that goal should have been awarded to him.
It should have been awarded, yeah. You just look at the pitch itself. You didn't even need VAR. Look at the pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Big line.
That's too easy for them, isn't it? So we got Becca on 9. We got Jones on 8, and he scored a goal. We got Konate on 8.5 because he was solid again. Virgil was solid again. 8. Do you know what I mean? Kirkes, he was a G tonight. He was a G. So I mean, I'm sorry I didn't put him in the sort of like man of the match. But,
just for that turn alone, when he took 2 players that slid across, that's a 9.
I'm thinking that goal shot, that shot a goal he had, that was quality. 9. Maka gets an 8. He was good tonight. So Bosley, I've given a goal. I haven't given his rating yet because I'm going to refer back to the man of the match between these 2 guys. Same with Salah, but I put their goals in. Verts 7.5. Yeah, he had a reasonably good game still. Gappa had a very good game. He gets an 8. And Chiesa gets a 7 because he got to play 90 minutes. Can't believe it.
Which they told us he couldn't do.
Exactly. So if we refer to the I think Sabozai is taking it. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'll do it in a back order, backwards. Yeah.
She's not happy.
Konate comes in at 4th with no votes. Jones comes in 3rd with no votes. Salah comes in 2nd with 17% of the votes. And the winner and the man of the match is Sabozlai on 83% of the votes.
That's a majority. Just end the poll.
That's unanimous. That is unanimous. So the poll's been ended now. That's unanimous. So we'll go back to here. Sabozlai is
10.
Our man of the match with 10. Yeah, 10, and then obviously what I'm going to do now is go to here and put my captain in.
It should be Sabozlai, but it's Virgil. It's Virgil. That's what he was saying. Actually, he did actually say that. He's saying that I'd like to see some more leadership qualities from Sabozlai, but maybe in time as he gets experience. I'm like, so you're basically saying the same thing we are then, that he should be captain.
Yep.
Give him a 9.
Yeah, I was going to say. There you go. Yeah, so that concludes our proceedings. So was the man of the match, and his second place was Salah and obviously he gets a 9.
I thought it was a 9, not an 8.
Is it an 8? Shame.
Yeah, man. He was going to be joint man of the match. He should be on 9.5, to be honest. But,
There you go.
there we go, guys. Anything you disagree with, let us know. Ramsey was allowed on the pitch as well. Ramsey was
Oh,
let
yeah,
off.
he got some minutes, didn't
Yeah, he took the collar off.
he? Yeah.
Took the leash off. Go on there. Go and play, Trey. So tonight we've seen Trey, we've seen Ramsey, and we've seen Rio. Where the hell have these players been, Slots? Where have they been?
So they've given Hines gave him 7.
Yep.
Guys, hopefully a 3-hour stream like yesterday. We are locked in. No, not tonight, man. I'm knackered after last night. Knackered. But it was good. That was a good stream last night. That was,
It was a good solid stream. It's a shame about the trolls, but it was a good solid stream.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. Verts 6. That's Hines from Hines. Gapo 7.5. That's for the Hines. Chiesa 8. Hines says. And Dicko's in the building. So, all right, lads. Cockfather live from the doghouse. Big up, and Dicko, man. Big up. And Dicko says, alarm, Cockfather. I'm in the bin. T's in the bin.
I got us some flowers, so she bought me a Burger King. We're even.
At least the Reds won. Yeah, big up, and Dicko. Ramsey is allowed to play.
And he got to leave the basement.
Yeah, come out. He got past out the basement, man. You know what I'm saying? That was so good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I just want him to play like this all the time, though.
Would everyone agree in the chat that this was Liverpool's best performance this season?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Let me see.
Ball's comment there.
Ball's comment.
One above.
Well, this one here, yeah. Heard a loud scream in the locker room after the game. Gapper was.
Oh God.
Exactly.
I knew that was what he was going to say. That's why I started.
Luke said Star Wars.
What slot wars here?
Close to the best, yeah, true.
I don't know another performance you can tell me that played better than that.
Stop, Handiga, stop paying Gappo maintenance half time. You guys are deep blood.
Looks like a new guy, David Grant.
Yeah, deep guys. Big up David, man. Big up David Grant. Make sure you hit the like and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification button. But most importantly, hit the subscribe button before you leave. The Premiership is getting more competitive season after season. Liverpool recent bad spell has all but finished their title winning challenge. What do you think?
We 100% agree. We're throwing all our eggs in the Champions League basket.
Yeah.
And this FA Cup, apparently, because he played a strong team. If he didn't care about this FA Cup, he would have played a weakened side like the lineup you put yesterday. But it was very, very strong. It was literally just a Premier League side against a Premier League side today, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, big up, man. Big up, David, man. Hit that subscribe button.
Big up David, that.
At least Slots shows signs of trusting his bench more. True.
And that's all we've been asking him to do all season is just trust the bench.
Yeah. Please, Gapper and Slot can have a mic.
Oh, God.
Stop that. So funny.
Oh, the comment underneath Rods. Might want to proofread that one though.
I'm gonna actually, let me proofread it first. Proofread it first. Yeah, that's true. Japan's not gave each other. Yeah, he can read. He can read it. He can read it out.
Gakpo and Slot gave each other the pinky finger at the start of the season. You will play, my friend. Slot said to Gakpo. Gakpo has only looked back since. The problem with the word "the pinky finger" is it's meant so many different things these days.
I
That's why I
know.
had to, that's why I had to proofread it. B writes they should have a stronger squad with the money they spent at the start of the season, but it seems to have had the opposite effect. That was because he was stubborn and didn't play players in the correct positions, or didn't integrate the new players in like he should have, like Klopp used to. Because Klopp signed Fabinho, and Fabinho didn't see the pitch for a good few months until he was sure that he could handle the Premier League and he was fit enough. So he went the opposite way and threw the play straight on. Because right at the beginning of the season, Frimpong was our right back, and so was Kirkesh straight away, instead of using Robertson and Bradley, which is what he should have done.
And as well, another thing as well, what you got to think about is we never sort of like we never completed the set in the transfer. We got part of the squad that we needed, but we didn't get all the squad we needed because we needed to get like a DM and a centre back. You know what I mean? If we got a DM, a proper DM and a centre back, right, you would see a difference. But yes, we did spend a lot of money still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we spent a lot of money on two players.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be completely honest, we spent a lot of money on two players. We brought the transfer record twice. One with Verst and again with Isak.
That was from James Pearce. What's this? Read this one out?
I love this channel, guys. Thanks, Hines. We appreciate that.
Big up, man. Big up. Bless up. One love, man. More stuff coming, man. More stuff coming.
Gakpo asks Slot for pocket money.
Fuck off, man.
The next one is Gakpo comes down to the kitchen seeing Slot make breakfast. Slot says, "Did you cut inside tonight?" Gakpo says, "You know I always do, for God's sake." Isak might play for Sweden in March. I've heard that, yeah. He inherited a good side and Slot was able to win the league in his first season. I honestly don't think he's going to win anything else while at Liverpool. As much as I want us to win, I don't want this guy in charge. But I've seen worse teams than this win the Champions League. That's where my concern comes in, because this team is a lot stronger than the 2005 Liverpool team. Much stronger. This team could go all the way in the Champions League. This team could go all the way in the FA Cup. And there's not a person in this chat that can tell me any different. Paul says facts, and Ant says Slot looked like a proud dad when he brought him off. Oh, God.
I can't drink it though.
They're really kicking in with all these things, aren't they?
I know it is.
Gakpo loves playing for his dad.
They're not nice, you know. These people are not nice. Not nice.
They're waxing lyrical. That's the point, though, isn't it? If you look at this team on paper compared to the team on paper that won the Champions League in 2005, this team would dominate that team 100%. No one can tell me any different.
It's true.
So if that team can win with heart and determination, what makes you think this team can't win if they're fit and firing at the time?
Big up, Emil Heskey. It's a big win.
Big up, Heskey, lad.
Yeah, big win. To be honest, imagine the mood if we went out. Exactly. I don't want to think about it. I probably wouldn't have done a stream. Man. He would have seen me. I would have gone to bed. I would have said, "Fuck that. I'm going to bed, mate." You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Telling you, man. I probably would not have done a stream. You know what I mean? Read that one first.
I'm expecting a half-term report at international break from Slot and his son Gakpo.
Stop it.
He agrees with me. If we get Jan Diomande, the Salah replacement, Matthias Mane, the Chiesa replacement, Slotterbeck and Lamar Kamara will dominate even more.
You're right. He's 100% right. Because that
I would
Kamara, I do believe. No.
I'd
You know,
swap out
actually,
Diomande
you know
for
what?
Elise.
Do you know what? I want that defender from Aston Villa. Aston Villa's defender.
Who's that?
Oh God. I think his name is Kamara as well. No, not Kamara. Oh shit! Hold on.
I would say not Jan
Konza.
Diomande. Oh, Konza. Okay.
Yeah, he's
So
good. He's really good.
I wouldn't say Diomande. I wouldn't say that. I'd say Elise, Michael Elise for Salah's replacement.
Yeah. But I just don't think he's leaving. I just don't think he'll leave Bayern Munich.
Well, he's already said he's interested in two clubs. One of them a Liverpool, the other is City. If Indy Carlos to be the lead, because that's what he reported in the summer.
I think he'll either go to Real Madrid.
I doubt it.
I just don't see him coming back to. I don't see him come back to City. Remember back then, City released him. Didn't they? You know what I mean?
100%. I'll read this next one from Esky. Slot has gone strong because he knew he has to win the FA Cup and get Champions League football. Yeah, smart ass. I get it. Yeah, for it to be considered a decent season, even though for many of us he has to win the Champions League. Well, let's ask the audience. If he wins the Champions League and the FA Cup, who is going to be slot in? That's your point, isn't it? Answers question for both Rods. Second for you, Rods. Rods must understand Liverpool player in the 80s. I don't get that.
What's that?
Question for you both, Rods. I don't know what that means.
And it's a question for you, Rods. Question for both, Rods. Second for you. Rods, most understand players in the 80s.
Oh, most underrated players, he says.
Yeah, he's fucking here, didn't he? He must be underrated. Yeah, most underrated player in the 80s. Oh, jeez. What, like Liverpool player?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, most underrated player in the 80s. I have to think about that. Let me come back to you on that one.
Okay. You need to be a strong character to manage a team like Liverpool. Arne Slot isn't that. You can see in his interviews he just hasn't got it. That's it.
I agree with him. I would agree with him on that.
Yeah, he's not got the character to do it. 100%. We all agree with that. But if he wins two majors in 2 seasons and an FA Cup, it's going to be pretty hard to convince him to sack him, innit? That's all I'm saying. I don't like it myself, but I've got to be honest. Trophies speak more than points these days, so you know. Heinz says Elise won't come. I could have said the exact same thing about Wirtz. I could have said the exact same thing about Isak. We just don't know anymore. Cut 5, the most underrated player in 2001 and 05 team. Okay, 2001. If I'm not mistaken, that was one.
Yari Lippman, that's the most underrated player in that period.
Yep.
He never got a chance. And probably the most underrated player in the 80s is probably got to be Older, because he only got about 1 season, didn't he?
I don't even know who that is.
No, Older, innit? Older came in for sort of like Ian Rush, I do believe. Because Ian Rush went to Juventus. But he didn't really like Juventus, and he came back. I think Older only lasted about 1 season. Also.
And me, 2001, for the player I remember, it's going to be Stefan Honshaw, our left back, because he was very underrated at the time. And he was left back. Stefan Honshaw?
Left centre back.
No, he was left back, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't. Seriously. I'm telling you,
I'm sure it was.
no, he wasn't. He was their centre back because what he is, and he partnered Hippier. It was them two. It was them two in the central defense. Them two. But however, when Benitez came in, you know, I mean, Benitez didn't really like him, and he knocked him off, and he put Carragher in there.
Yeah, because I remember seeing Carragher. Yeah,
he put Carragher, but Stefan Honcho, Swiss international, he was good. Stefan Honcho.
He was very underrated, though. That's what I'm saying. Underrated.
Oh yeah. Of course, for sure.
From what I could see, he looked like a left back, but I was young at the time in 2001. I'm very young, so what the hell did I know? Rod's he meant underrated. Matias Fernandez is a good DM as well. Okay.
Who's he play for?
No idea.
Look up your phone. Look up.
All right, let's have a look. Matias Fernandez. How's he spelling that?
Shit. I need to sort my table out tomorrow.
Okay.
I've got too many things on my table.
Okay. West Ham. Is it West Ham player?
Yeah. I know you're talking about that. He's good. He's actually good.
Okay. He's 21, so that's the kind of player we go for at the moment. Yeah. David says, realistically, he ain't going to win anything, even though I'd like Liverpool to win something this season. Again, I'd love to agree, but I've seen a team much worse than this one win the Champions League. That 2005 team that we've just been talking about there, the one that won in 2005, that team should not have won that Champions League, because the team we're going up against had Cafu, it had Ancelotti as the manager, it had Crespo, Shevchenko, it had Kaka was there as well, wasn't he? All the best players you could think of for AC Milan at the time were all involved in that game, and yet the team with Smitsa, Alonso Gerrard, players at that time were up and coming, managed to win the Champions League. And this current Liverpool's team we've got can beat anyone on any day. And it just takes one time for them to turn up and win the Champions League. You just can't say that, unfortunately. I'd love to say I'm wrong, but I've seen it too many times. Heskey says, I'd say if he wins both, let him have one more season, but no contract extension. He must improve in the league. That's our bread and butter. Unfortunately, in modern times, the league isn't our bread and butter, because growing up, the Champions League has become our bread and butter, because I've seen us get to more finals than I've seen us win first in Premier Leagues. That's the problem. In Rod's time, it was our bread and butter, but in my time, it was the Champions League. We did much better in Europe than we ever did in the league, and that's my time growing up. Heskey says, hopefully we get Southampton or Port Vale. Port Vale, that's a good start. Bristol City, both play each other, but got postponed. Okay. Aldridge for one. If we're going back to the 2005 Champions
League. That's Aldo. That's the same. Aldo. Aldo's Aldridge.
Yeah, man. So
John Aldridge.
Oh, you meant Aldridge? You said Aldo?
That's what they call. That was his nickname, Aldo.
I wouldn't have known that, would I?
No.
If you're going back to the 2005 team, underrated players in the 2005 team, I'd have to say Smitsa, because he played his heart and soul in that game and even got a goal. Ball says, Slotty has been a little bit slutty lately. He knew the Valentine's Day was coming. Now that it is over, he will be back being just slotty against Forest. Let's hope not. Let's hope this game gives us the bit of a finger to go for. Didn't Honshaw have asthma? That makes him even better. That makes him even better then. If he did have asthma, that makes him even better.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Because he played as well as he did. Very underrated, in my opinion.
I think he did. I don't quote me, but I do think he did.
Probably, yeah. He was always breathing heavy halfway through the game, so maybe. Heinz says, did you guys watch the Bayern versus Leipzig game earlier this week? Diamonde cooked Bayern. Nope, never seen it. Did you?
I'll go and watch the highlights on that.
I'll go and watch some highlights, but no, not really. My understand players 90s, early 2000s, Rob Jones. Underrated players in the 90s. Okay. Okay. Prime AC Milan. That is my point. They beat a prime AC Milan. They just got loans back from Shevchenko and Crespo. And let's be honest, they absolutely ran us ragged in that first half. Kaka made us look ordinary. And Cafu was running up and down. Let's not even mention Dida, the big monster in net as well. We should have won that game, guys. Pure and simple. But because of heart, soul, and determination, we did. We came back from 3-0 to draw 3-3, go into extra time, and win on penalties with Jersey Dudek of all goalkeepers. So you just never know.
Polish international that used to play for Feyenoord.
Oh God! Don't tell me you used to play for Feyenoord.
Yeah, Feyenoord.
Oh man,
Was
there for the Ian Callaghan debut.
Nah, I don't think it was.
Naoni and Rio look so much like Klopp players, man. They do actually. You know, when they're playing, they do look like Klopp players, don't they?
Yeah.
We were atrocious 05, went 07, we battered them and lost. Had Crouch started, we would have won.
Yes.
Had the striker actually been on the pitch, we probably would have won as well.
Who?
I don't know what he was doing that night.
Who?
Benitez. In that 07 final against AC Milan, he didn't. Our main striker wasn't on the pitch; he was on the bench.
Yeah, I don't know what he was.
We probably would have 8.
He messed up on that one. We could have done a clean sweep on that one.
You know what we could have, because we absolutely dominated them in that game.
Yeah.
Was it something like 2-1 or something?
Yeah, they beat us 2-1. They scored first.
Yeah.
They scored first, and then they scored again. Inzaghi, they caught us on a counter attack, and Inzaghi went round. Inzaghi literally went round Pepe Reina and just slotted in the back of the net. I was sick.
That was my favourite goalkeeper. That was Pepe Reina.
Yeah, and then what happened is that they finally brought sort of like they took what's that, the Welsh guy off, yeah, Craig Bellamy, yeah, took Craig Bellamy off and brought on brought on Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch did one flick on, yeah, did a flick on, and Dirk Kuyt hammered it in the back of it with his header.
Dirk Kuyt,
too much too late.
What a player he was, a constant professional, and never ever stopped running. Just ran and ran and ran. He was a proper hard worker, Dirk Kuyt.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I've got to disagree. As much as I love the Champions League, the league is our bread and butter.
Yeah.
You literally play it week in, week out. Right.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
Not in my lifetime. We always do better in Europe in my lifetime. We've always done better in Europe.
I hear that. But for me, at the end of the day, sort of like, seeing both sides of the coin, I still feel the league is like, more special to win.
I've seen two.
Yeah.
I've seen 2 Premier Leagues, and I've seen 2 Champions Leagues before I even seen a Premier League. So
yeah, I hear you. What's this one here?
I'm not denying that.
Lost in 07. Pennant. What was man of the match? Yeah, he was. He was just running down that right hand side.
Man.
Yeah, he's running down the right hand side, crossing the balls in. Now I've got to disagree. As much as I love the Champions League, the league is our bread and butter. You literally play week in, week out. Yep, I mean that.
Okay, so you play the league week in, week out. How many times did we win it in 30 years? That's why it's not our bread and butter. It took us 30 years to win 2.
No, but
you've got to see it from my point of view growing up, because
growing up, what you see in the day, I understand.
Yeah,
it was different, because what it is in the day, right? There's a situation in the day that every team has their time, and and at that specific time, it wasn't our time to get in, because there's a lot of mitigating circumstances with how Man United dominated that league for so long. There's a mitigating circumstances. It was so mitigating. It's different to when we dominated it, like from 60s, 70s, and 80s, it was different because when we dominated from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, right? When we dominated, we never had nobody sitting on the board of the league. Man United did. Man United had Alex Ferguson sitting on the board of that league and that, right? So nobody can tell me at the day, right, there wasn't a conflict of interest. Nobody can tell me at the day he had influence in certain games that he's playing, especially if it was against Liverpool. Nobody can tell me that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot there's a lot of like mitigated circumstances in a way that sort of like Man United was allowed to dominate. And then, of course, at the day you had Arsenal that came in there and done their bits. You know what I mean? Done the bits. I think they won 2 of them. But then they had this situation and where they let Chelsea come in there, right, and do what they wanted to do by everybody and then all of a sudden they became a top club.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You didn't scrap like we scrapped. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Then Man City came in 2010 with all their money. They was allowed to do what they wanted to do, buy this person, that person. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of mitigating circumstances. I always say, right, when you had the old Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, Division 4, those are probably the best times of the day for football. When you got this Premiership, when this Premiership came in, right, you had so many these big wigs, right, pumped money into sort of like this league, yeah, and every one of them had their own agenda. You know what I mean? And most of these people that pumped the money into sort of like the league and built this league in 1992, and they tricked us because they said to us that they were, look, you know, we want to build a league at the day that's going to be more fair to you, more fair to you to make money. Do you know what I mean? So most of these people that pump this money into this sort of like league at the day, right? They had their own agendas, yeah, of what they wanted, and most of them at the day, right, yeah, their agendas was at the day they were Man United supporters.
Yeah,
most of the people were Man United supporters and stuff. Yeah, so they wanted to see the best for Man United. Most of these people at the day were anti-Liverpool. They were anti-Liverpool, bro. You know what I mean? You only got to look at people like
Europe for 5 years. That's why.
Yeah, but you only got to look.
Liverpool.
You only got to look at sort of like You only got to look at Richard Keys, right, to see how anti-Liverpool he is.
Yeah,
and he was swear blind at the day that he's not. He was swear blind that he's not a Liverpool, not a Man United supporter. He's a Coventry City supporter.
My ass.
Yeah, fuck off. You're still trying to mug us off now. You're still trying to mug us off now.
Show with Andy Gray. You're still trying to mug us off now, Virgil.
Yeah, of course he is. When he said about, what did he say? He goes, how was it? This is sort of like, this is what's it? When we won the league and he goes, it's a rubbish league. This this league at the end of the day doesn't really count. Basically saying this league doesn't count. And when they asked him why, he goes, well, because all these teams that there ain't competing. Man United got competing. We can't help it if they were shit that season. Nobody said that. Yeah, nobody said that when sort of like Man United was winning leagues season in, season out. Nobody said it, and they always a shit league because Liverpool ain't completing. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So it's a mitigating circumstance. So I would always say to me in the day, right, that, you know, the league to me at the day is your bread and butter. You know what is? If you give me a choice on something to win, yeah,
Premier League,
it will be the league.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that.
It'd be a league over Champions League all day long.
That's not my argument. My argument is simple. If you're growing up in the way I had to grow up, and I had thrown at me every single year, oh, maybe this is going to be our year, this is going to be our year, this is going to be our year for 30 damn years, and then all of a sudden you win one and then two, but in the meantime you picked up 2 Champions League trophies and you've seen your team get to more finals, you are going to put more stock in Europe than you are going to put in the league. And to me, our bread and butter, to me, growing up, not anyone else, was the Champions League, because by the time I seen us win a Premier League, I'd seen us get to a few finals in UEFA, in Europa, and in the Champions League as well.
Well,
So
yeah, I mean,
that's what I had seen growing up.
yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. You know,
It depends when you grew up, to be honest.
and I've done, and the figures of me and everything that I've seen both sides. I've seen both sides.
Yeah.
I've seen the league wins and I've seen the European wins. Because what it is at the day, the good thing about us at the day, right? We may not have won the league for 30 years, you know, but the good thing about us is we kept on ticking over with trophies. You got some teams at the day that will win the league, yeah, and when they go for the drought, they won't win nothing.
Yeah.
We were still able at the day to stay relevant. You know, as you said, win the Champions League, win the FA Cup, win the League Cup, win the UEFA Cup. Do you know what I mean? When we were in that madness at the day, and we just picking up trophy after trophy after trophy. So, you know, there was situations where we did that. It's just that what it was in the league at the day, we wasn't consistent. Yeah.
We were getting top four. We were getting top four all the time.
Yeah, and there was and as well, I always say that there was a mitigating circumstances. Everybody was against Liverpool winning the league because they knew at the end of the day, once Liverpool won the league, right, it's going to be like what it was in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, where we were just winning it constantly. And they could, what people understand, they couldn't have that because they had too much investing in Man United. Do you know what I mean? You know, so
Ferguson's entire life was to bring Liverpool down a peg. That's what he wanted to do. So he spent 20 years at Man United, right? And then it took us 5 years to put us straight back ahead of him again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, there's always that, but like, you know, the things about it with Man United and Ferguson. Ferguson wouldn't have won all those titles unless he had help.
No, definitely not. You don't win 30 league titles like that. No chance.
Yeah, he had help from the board of the league. This is what I'm telling people. He had help from the board of the league, and something should have been real talking for that. Something should have been investigated. How man at the end of the day, right? That's a manager of a team, but he sits on the board at the end of the day of the league that he's operating in. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That cannot be right. That's like, in no way, in shape or form, can that be right. That is textbook conflict of interest. Textbook.
Yeah, because you can't have two people who live together working in the same things. It's conflict of interest. But the guy who is in the league winning it is on the board.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was winning leagues at the end of the day with Man United. Yeah, with Man United, he was winning leagues with Man United. Right? You could have you can probably see at the end of the day, right? You can probably see at the end of the day, right? At certain times of the season, yeah, Man United's going to win the league. Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Unfortunately.
So he was winning the league at the end of the day, right? And what a lot of people didn't know is that he was sitting on the board of that league. How can that be right, though?
It's not right.
So all right then. So check this out. How can that be a credited league?
It can't.
Do you know what I mean?
It can't.
So to me, at the end of the day, if Ferguson at the end of the day was not sitting on a board on the Premiership, I honestly feel, number one, he wouldn't have won all those titles. Yeah. Number two, at the end of the day, right? Yeah, those titles would be spread out, and we'd have been involved. We would have won. We'd have probably won one or two.
I actually seen us come second to Man United one time. And that's only because of a couple of Howard Webb decisions that should have gone our way and didn't.
He's have a battle as well, right? Let's just finish off these comments so I can get out of here. Crouch was in unreal goal scoring form that season as well in the Champions League. Yeah, he was. He was. I don't know why he never played him in the final. Shankly himself said it all those years ago, and it still stands.
It doesn't. That's the point. It only stands if you're winning leagues competitively, season after season after season, like they were when Shankly was around and why Paisley was around. But unfortunately, we went through a drought of 30 years where we couldn't pick up a title. So how
Yeah,
can it
but
be much at that point?
yeah, but that what I think what he's saying, and that can still be your objective. Whether you wasn't winning it for 30 years, that could still be your objective to win those leagues, to win the leagues. You know what I mean? Because like,
That's where the saying came in, saying this is our season, this is our year, this is our year, and on and on and on and on and
no,
on.
I hear that. I hear that. And then I hear that. Like, you know, what I mean, the promises that was said and everything that, and it was going to happen. But what I'm trying to say in the day is like whether sort of like you didn't win it for 30 years, yeah, right? That could have still been in that 30-year period. That could have still been your objective to win the league. So then it becomes a situation that that is your bread and butter because you're going to win the league. This is what you're going for. I want each year you want to win the league, but you don't get to win the league, but you pick up other things along the way. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, and that's why because when not Rafa Benitez, when Gerald Houllier came in, yeah, that's what Gerald Houllier was supposed to do. Gerald Houllier was supposed to win the league, but he didn't get to win it, but he won other things along the line. So then what happens? That becomes his objective to win the league. That becomes his bread and butter. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. But all right, for instance, at the days like this, at the day, I said at the day, so like with Arnie Stock, right? Yeah. I want him to end of the day, right? I want him in the day to win either the league, yeah, retain the league, or Champions League, yeah. That's what I've said. This is what I said. I set his targets for this season, right? However, at the end of the day, right? However, if he doesn't win the league, yeah, and he doesn't win the Champions League, but he wins the FA Cup, it still doesn't mean that in the day his objective wasn't to win the league or the Champions League. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that literally becomes your bread and butter because you're solely going for that. This is what your sole purpose is, to win the league. Yeah, that's your sole purpose.
I think I've seen us compete maybe 3 times at the most, maybe going up. I've seen us compete where we've been second to United, second to City, and the one where Gerrard unfortunately slipped, which he called a slippy G, all that crap. That game didn't even matter. That wasn't the game we won. That wasn't actually the game that mattered. It was the Crystal Palace game. People are so quick to forget that. It was actually the Crystal Palace game where we drew.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I hear that. And I understand what you've seen in your growing up and in your life to understand.
That's the point. It's what I have. It's not what I'd want. It's what I have seen. And if I've seen it be more competitive in Europe than I have in the Premier League, then to me, our bread and butter is then going to become Europe.
Yeah, but what you see, because of what you've seen, it doesn't change the fact at the end of the day that like their objective was to win the league. It just so happens that it's just that they come up short in winning the league and stuff, and they've picked up other things along the way. So what isn't they? Because like we never won the league at the day in 30 years. Yeah, within that 30-year period, your objectives don't change. No. Your objective don't change. Your objective was to win the league. It's just that he didn't win the league. It's like Man United in the day, right? Their objective when Alex Ferguson left, their objective was to win the league. Yeah, and since Alex Ferguson left, they haven't won the league. They haven't won the league, and it doesn't even look like they're going to win the league for another 10 years. I don't think. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? But their objectives does not change. Their objective is to win the league. Do you know what I mean? Because why?
Under Klopp, you could argue it was our bread and butter under Klopp because he competed for the league.
No,
he came second by a point.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying at the day, in those 30 years at the day, right? In those 30 years, Just because we never won it doesn't mean we wasn't competing. Do you know what I mean? Because we didn't get near it doesn't mean we weren't competing. We was competing. That was our objective, to win the league. That's why at the day that Gerard who lost his job, because 2 seasons at the day he finished at the day 30 points behind Arsenal, yeah, but still got top 4. Do you know what I mean? And they're saying that they would, you know what, this is not good enough, and this is not good enough because we want the league. You know what I mean? So the objectives within that 30-year period, right, was always the league. It always, even up to today, it always remains the league. That's what they want. That's what they want. Now, if you get it, yeah, if we get the league, right, or don't get the league, that's a different matter. Do you know what I mean? But your objectives don't change because that's what you're going for. Do you know what I mean? So that's why they will always say it, and with Liverpool, right, the league's the bread and butter because that's what they go for every season. This is what they go for. They may fall short in certain seasons, or in 2 seasons we have won it. Do you know what I mean? We have won it. But that's what they go for. This is why they're cussing Arne Slot and Richard Hughes in there, because they're saying that had you brought in a DM, had you brought in a centre back in there, you could have been right up there.
Yeah,
you could have been right up there. Yeah, you could be right up there competing because you didn't do that and everything that, right. You're now paying catch up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is a different time. We are more competitive and we are competing in the league now. Since Klopp come along, we did start competing in the league. So now I could agree with you that it's become our bread and butter now. But growing up, we was not competing in the league. We was just finishing in the league.
We was competing in the league. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's not really about where you finish in the league. To say what in day, well, you want competing. That your objective, Liverpool's objective at the day. This is what I'm trying to say with the objective. Liverpool's objective at the day was always is from way back when at the day when you had Shankly, even before Shankly, when you had sort of like other managers in the day, right? Their sort of like objective is in the day is to win the league. Their objective is to win the league, yeah. Well, certain times they come up short. You know what I mean? Certain times they'll get a manager in and right? And they say, well, this is your objective, and he doesn't follow through. You know what I mean? Because each manager that comes through the door, right? Their objective is to win that league. Their objective is to win.
You'd sack a manager if he's just winning Champions Leagues?
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I'm not saying that because I said it in the day, right? You know what I mean? Their objective was at the day to win the league, yeah, right. Mm-hmm. But if they pick up anything along the line at the day, right, like a FA Cup, like a League Cup, like a Champions League, or anything like that, right? They would take it, but it doesn't. What's that word? It doesn't. Your objective does not get forgotten. Your objective is always going to be to win that league. So you'll compete in that league at the day as best as you can. If you fall short in anything, now it doesn't mean you wasn't competing. It doesn't mean that like you've forgotten about your objective. It just means that it's not your year, and it wasn't, and they for quite a long time. Plus, for not only because it's not only because of the obvious, but we had a mitigating circumstances against us. We always have.
Agree.
We always have things against. We still got things against us now. Do you know what I mean? Even when Klopp was in there, and for that, we still have things against us. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? But your objectives, and what you're going for never changes. It never changes. Even if you fall short or anything like. If Man United falls short of the league this season and right, their objectives ain't changed.
No.
Their objectives ain't changed. You know what I mean? It's objectives. It's what you set your team out and set your mind to do. It's what the owners want. And the owners always wanted the league. Why? because that was their bread and butter. And it's always been Liverpool's bread and butter. Even if he ain't won for 30 years, it's always been Liverpool bread and butter. That's what I'm trying to explain. The objective and what you're going for does not change, even though if you don't win it for 30 years. It does not change. That's what you're so positive. Because one of the reasons that they like that bloody Irish fella that used to play for Liverpool, can't remember his name. The name will lose me at the moment, yeah. Played them back in the 80s and all that, right? He was kind of vexed because he said, look, all Benitez is worried about is just getting to Europe. We want the league.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? We want the league. So the objectives with Liverpool has never changed. Right, let me get through some of these things anyway, because I need to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, read that already. Took United 58 years to win top division. Yeah, he did actually. Man United also had Hal Webb in his pocket. He did as well. Do you remember that thing with what Babel did?
Yeah, he put
Do you remember that? When he put Hal Webb in his
United shirt. I saw that. Yeah,
that was quality. He got in trouble for that as well, you know.
he did. Yeah, he got fined.
The league provides the platform for the club then to go on and compete in the Champions League. It's essential. Because remember, at one time you have to win the league before you got. But yeah, look, remember Babel got fired, putting Webb in United shirt. Tune first, yeah, I remember that. That was quality. That was quality. That was quality, my friend. Even if you look at a match, smaller clubs like Spurs, they win their first European trophy, Europa League in how long, and still sacks and because they know they finished 16th. That was actually 17th. Actually, they finished. So, and the reason why they never got relegated is because the three teams already sorted already that was going to get relegated.
Exactly.
So they were lucky. And they knew they finished 16, need to go up in the Premier League. Yeah. Yeah. They called George Best United's legend, but act like football began in 1992. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? It's funny that. As Cop says, crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Only crap if we win league. Only crap if we win league. Understand that? Cop father spot on. Yeah, I understand what Cop father said. I speak to people stuck the match who watch us win regular. What's it?
He's saying, I speak to people at the match who watched us win the regularly. They tell me they didn't really celebrate it because it became normal.
Well, the league, yeah. Well, it did, didn't it? No, it doesn't depend. It doesn't depend. Bread and butter in a simple term. You don't have Burnley in the Champions League because they haven't done well enough in the league. You have to prove you're good enough. Yeah, I agree with that. So, yeah. United last league title pre-Ferguson was 1958. It
was 58 years ago.
Yeah, because what it was, it took them 27 years.
Yep.
To win. They won the league, yeah, and it took them 27 years after that. Because I think they've won 7 leagues before, yeah. And
no, they can't have because football didn't start till 1992.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? No, exactly the point. And
I always used to get Man United fans with that. Oh, you've got 20, have you? Yeah. Hang on a minute. How many Premier Leagues have you got? 13. Oh, then correct me if I'm wrong, but that means you don't have 20 league titles, correct? No, we got 7. But what's that? Well, what's that championship called? They go Division 1. They went, thank you.
Exactly. Mada Webb is in charge of referees. Yeah, that's mad.
Sure has done it.
Ferguson said he wanted to catch us, so the fans should call him out. Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to catch us, but it took us just five years to overtake him again.
Yeah, exactly. Can you guys do a Liverpool future show starting 2026, 27 season? Players potentially going, and players and the club need the name to replace them. Okay.
Sounds like a
We'll
good
try.
job.
Yeah, we'll try and sort that. Next Friday, please. Yeah, I don't know about that.
We'll,
I
see,
got
we'll
a,
see. We'll see
I
what we
got
can.
I got a funeral for Tuesday today.
Oh, no, definitely not. You're not doing it.
Slot ball. Hi lads, great performance. Kirkis was unreal, and I'm annoyed Rio's robbed of the goal. Yeah, I'm annoyed. I was
I'm annoyed
really.
with
That's the most annoying thing about that game, isn't it?
that. Apart from the performance, even though it was brilliant. That's
Yeah.
why it's annoying.
Yeah, he just picked his spot, didn't he? He just picked his
Yeah, man.
spot. Have that. And earlier, Villa were robbed. Villa were robbing Newcastle like crazy. If you saw, yeah, they got beat though, innit? 3-1.
They did.
Got beat 3-1, and that's the Bozai finish. Mint, yeah.
The finish was good, but Salah's assist.
Gapper. It started from Gapper though, didn't it?
Started from Gakpo.
Switched it.
Guys. Gakpo hit it.
I saw this thing name with Luis Suarez, like some of his goals at the day in goals and assists in when he used to play for Ajax, yeah, because he was a goal machine when he used to play for Ajax. And I remember they did it was unreal. Three players were involved, and including Suarez, yeah. One guy volleyed the ball to a next guy. He volleys the ball to the Suarez, then Suarez volleys it in the back of the net.
Oh, I remember that goal. I remember
Remember
that
to
one.
see that? Remember to see that?
I remember
Bang,
seeing that.
bang, bang, but goal.
Yeah.
I was like, it's unbelievable.
Never seen a goal like it since.
No,
Never seen
never.
anything like it. It was
Never.
volleyed from one side, volleyed from another, then he volleyed it in.
Yeah. Remember that? You remember it? See?
Yeah. It's amazing.
See, I'm not crazy. It did actually happen.
It was one volley to a volley in. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Anyone who's not seen it, look it up.
Like, wow.
It was exceptional. Just look up Luis Suarez's goals for Liverpool, and you'll see that one.
No, this was when he played for Ajax.
Was it Ajax?
Yep, this is when he played for Ajax.
He did something similar for us.
Yeah, he did. He did something similar for when he volleyed that ball against
It was Norwich, wasn't it?
Norwich. Yes, Norwich, because he scored a hat trick.
Yeah,
He did a hat trick. I can't explain.
I'm sure it was a volley to a volley. I'm sure it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, I can't explain it. He did a hat trick against. Put it this way, he did a double hat trick.
He destroyed them.
You know, double hat because what is it name? He played them. He played them the season before at Carroll. He played them in the same season, right? Played them at Carroll Road. Scored a hat trick. When he came back to Anfield, scored a hat trick again.
Yeah. That was Suarez. He was an absolute goal machine.
Yeah.
But
the one at Ajax and then it was like volley from one side to the other.
I've never seen that, but I'll look it up.
No, trust me, this one was just the guy was on the left, he volleys it to the middle, and the guy volleys it to the right, and then Suarez volleys it at the back of the net, and it's all one touch. Bang, 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 back in the net. Emma Heskey, exactly. The league was still important to keep in the club relevant and performance to a decent level.
You're looking at it from a club point of view. I was looking at it from my point of view.
Yeah, and financially, you can't compete in the Champions League for League Two. That's not that. Whelan, yeah, Ronnie Whelan. That's it, Ronnie Whelan, the guy's name. What's it?
You can't even win the FA Cup though.
17th, my mistake. Yeah. United and Tottenham would have went last season had the bottom three been better. Yeah, they would have.
Yeah, we nearly lost them both.
Look at when they unveiled Carrick. Literally had Division One trophy in the background. Funny, that isn't it. Training only needs more game time. The quality is there. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I've always liked that player. I think he's quality. Lads, I think I'm not Gappo out anymore. Past few games, he's been good in my opinion. Yeah, I'll give him that. He has stepped up his game. I don't know what's wrong with this team. They're just stepping up the game. Hope for Macclesfield in round 5 at Anfield. That would be good, actually.
That'd be good.
That would be good. I mean, do you think Mo Salah could be back? Could be back. Has 6 GA in the last 6 games.
No.
Well, the possibility. FA Cup gets you Europa, not Champions League. Yeah, I know that.
We know that.
Right, gonna wrap it up there because I need to get some rest.
I was saying it's a way to get into Europe.
Yeah, it is a way to get. Yeah. Before and they used to be mate, if you won the FA Cup, you was put into the Cup Winners' Cup. That was good. That was a good tournament. They should bring that back.
They should bring that back.
Yeah, they should definitely bring that back, man. That would be some incentive, man. See, bring that back, man. Hashtag bring back Cup Winners' Cup. Hashtag, bro. Guys, please like and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button if you're going to watch this on the replay. Not sure when I'll be back, but you'll see me. You'll see me pop up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Liverpool 3, Brighton 0, and we're in the draw for round 5. What comes after round 5? Quarterfinals.
I think it's the quarters.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Quarters after round 5, isn't it? You know what I mean?
We're not far from the end.
There you go. Keep it up, boys. All right, guys. Take care. Peace out.
Slot out.
There you go.